gotta be strong in this time, son. I'm a survivor. I will survive. I will survive. And I'm a firm believer. I'm forever shy just to stay alive. That simple means it. Nobody can hold me, man. Nobody can drain my energy. Nobody can hold me sick. I will let alone negativity. Nobody can hold me, man. Nobody can drain my energy. Nobody can. Nobody can. Everybody show me some strength. No weakness. Show me a man. Strength. No weakness. Show them who we are. Strength. No weakness. Show me a man. Everybody strength. No weakness. Show them who we are. That when you roll, your enemies they must tremble. Your enemies they must tremble. Yo, that when you roll, everything has to humble. Everything has to humble. I'm a go-getter. I just go hard. I just go hard.
Feeling hungry, grab a snack. Caribbean food delight. Jamaican patties, slide and flaky. Caribbean food delight. Taste the difference. Caribbean food delight. Grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean food delight. Quick and easy, grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean food delight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You gotta be firm in this time, son. You gotta be strong in this time, son.
Hey yo!
I'm a survivor.
Junior, hey Marielle.
Hi.
I will survive. And I'm a firm believer.
Everybody. Hey, Gianni, turn on your device a little bit. I'm getting a feedback. Yes. It's your device or my device?
It might be yours.
Might be mine? What do I know? Yeah, it's me!
You just like to blame the Jamaicans. Why are you blaming the? If anything goes wrong in this country, blame the Jamaicans.
Blame the Jamaicans, right? Blame the Jamaicans.
Yes.
How you guys doing? Welcome to Ridelaong for today, Thursday.
Good evening.
Miriam in the building. Deanna Winter Fun Day. How you guys doing?
Hello, sir. I'm having a fabulous Thursday. I'm gonna say I slept in till about 5:45 or 6 this morning.
Slept in.
I slept in until about
That's big time attorney talk. That's big time attorney talk. I slept in, man. I slept in, you know what I mean?
Slept in.
I decided today I was going to sleep in, so I slept in today until about 6 a.m. I think when I started texting Junior about our show this evening.
6 a.m.
Was it 6?
You hear that, right? 6 a.m. Do you know what I'm doing at 6 a.m.? I am dead asleep. If I ever reply to you at 6 a.m. in the morning, it's because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, you just say, give me $1 million, I'll be like, okay, whatever, no, you got it. That would be my response at 6 a.m. in the morning, by the way.
Yeah.
I have no authority. I have no authority over my fingers at 6 a.m. in the morning. I'll tell you that right now.
This is the same gentleman that at 1:30 will be working.
Yeah, I'm up late. I'm always working up late.
Keep that in mind. And this girl is in her bed by 10 o'clock. Do not call me.
There are two types of people.
Yeah. Guys, welcome to Thursday. This is a lot happening in immigration, and we dedicate this particular day to keep everyone abreast as to the latest information. I'm talking about what just happened, what is happening right now. And if you have a friend that has any immigration problems or questions, this is the opportunity for them to participate right now. So I want everybody to go ahead and share the program and put it on their page. Share the program, put it on their page as we do a 1 30 seconds roll call. 1 minute and 30 seconds roll call. Everybody, your opportunity. I think I help them with the roll call. Let me see who we have in the building.
Where are the Jamaicans? Any Jamaicans?
Is it?
Patricia said, don't blame Jamaicans, Junior. I said, you blame Jamaicans for everything. Patricia Cornwall.
I want to see who is in today.
Let me see. Good evening, Lucille. Hey, Mavis.
Put your flag up. Let me see who we have. Hey, Chopper John West, how you doing? Big up yourself, my homie, my resident Jamaican friend, Chopper John West is in the building. I see him on the watch party. I see Chopper John West on the watch party. Put your flag up. Let me see where you. Esther Matthew. I share. Thank you so much. I see the flags either. Guys, where the flags? Where the flags? Where are the flags? Put the flags up. Let me see who we are. Hey, Jacinta, how you doing? Thank you so much. I share. Keyword is I share. Put it up right now and say I share. This is a roll call. Everybody. Here we go. Here we go.
There we go.
Name Joseph Watts. Thank you so much. Big up yourself. And as I call your name, you gotta share. That's the key. I call your name, you gotta share it. Grenada in the building.
Wait. Jamaicans are always fashionably late.
Just,
on our way.
I don't know about fashionably late.
We're always, we got to get our nails done and all that stuff.
I don't know about that. Here's the Jamaican brethren. Chopper John West. But look. Grenada, Trinidad.
Yeah, there's some Trini. I see Trini.
Trini in the building. I share. Guys, 30 seconds. Dessa, big up yourself. Hey, how you doing? Esther, flags.
Hey, Kibby. Kibbs is here.
Kibbs is in the building, representing for Grenada.
I know.
Look at
Chopper John West. Is Chopper John West Jamaican? I think he is.
Yes, he's Jamaican. Chopper John West is Jamaican.
Chopper John, where's your flag?
He's the single most Jamaican you would ever find.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up, guys. 10 seconds left. Where the flag? Represent for your flag. Big up your country. It's a Caribbean connection thing. Big up to the folks in Barbados. St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the building. Tony Johnson de Silva. Big up yourself. Grenada, Jamaica, Grenada. 5 seconds left. And the winner goes to
Jamaica.
Oh, look at that.
That's a Steve Harvey moment right there, by the way.
Chopper John West. Chopper John West.
That's the Steve Harvey moment right there. Is that Antigua? Nicola, help me out. Is that Antigua? St. Lucia, St. Lucia, not Antigua, St. Lucia. St. Lucia in the building. Jamaica. All right. The winner. Let me announce it, ladies and gentlemen. Undisputedly today, I'm sorry, but the winner is Grenada. Sorry.
Of course, I expected you to say. I expected you to say.
I'm sorry.
You are from Grenada.
Oh, we got some Haitian flags. Thank you, Sandy.
Oh, Sandy.
Wait.
Finally.
Thank you. I was waiting and hoping and praying that you got one.
Yeah.
One.
Welcome, Miriam.
Guys, this is a Caribbean connection thing, right? Because as I said, every Thursday we come here to give you information, how we could empower our community, right? So I want everybody to tag a friend that you know from the Caribbean that need information on immigration. That's what we do. We bridge the gap, information and immigration. That's where it is. Information and immigration. That's what we do right now. Yes. All right. So let's break in, Diana, because we have a lot to discuss. What is the freaking latest on immigration? Diana, let's start with you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and good evening to my colleague and co-hosts. I have Junior and I have attorney Miriam Lacroix today. So it's going to be a phenomenal show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on a Thursday. It has been quite the week for immigration, right? We know the Biden bill has been proposed, and then this week we're seeing some piecemeal, like getting pieces of that bill through the House of Representatives. As you recall, there's this really comprehensive immigration bill floating out there, and we made a commitment on this show that we're going to make sure we continue to talk about the bill. What do we know? The bill now, they're piecemealing this bill. If you are taking notes, if you have been following us, we know everybody's talking about the 8-year pathway that would help benefit over 11 million undocumented individuals. However, we've always said that's going to be a hard climb, right? That's just going to be a hard climb. The Democrats are enjoying a small majority lead in the House, but in the Senate, they're going to need at least 10 Republicans to join them on the bill. So if you're following the immigration bill, we'll try to keep you updated, but it's going to be a steep climb. Junior?
Yeah, interesting stuff. Miriam, what's happening over on your side of immigration?
A lot is happening over on my side, but one thing I wanted to talk about today for your listeners is something that's been coming across my desk quite a bit these last couple of weeks, and that is people who are in removal proceedings. Removal is the same thing as deportation. People who have been, and maybe they've been closed or they never showed up, or are currently in removal or deportation, and they're getting married. And they're like, what can I do now? Can my spouse help me get my green card? And oftentimes the answer is yes. There are a lot of variables that go into it, whether or not how you entered the country, and, at what stage you're in, whether or not your case needs to be reopened, or if you're currently in removal. And so one thing I want to make clear to people who are in this situation is that the standard for you is a lot higher than those who are not in removal or deportation proceedings, right? So you have to get something called a bona fide marriage exemption. And this sounds like the same thing, right? Because if you marry a citizen, you have to prove that your marriage is real no matter what. But a lot of times in a situation where the immigrant spouse is not in removal, the officer, after an interview, if there isn't enough documentation, they could say, you know what, just interviewing you guys, it looks legit. I'm inclined to approve this, right? But when the immigrant spouse is in removal, you have to have a lot of evidence. And Diani has been on this show forever, and I'm sure she's spoken about having lots of evidence when you're going through an immigration process. And so that's not something you want to do by yourself if you're in removal and you've got to, and you're married to a citizen and want to adjust your status.
Yeah, and it's important. It's important, as we said, that if you go into this process, that you get a credible, reliable immigration attorney, not no hole in the wall kind of thing at chilling all year. You get into problems with them thing there. You get a lawyer to handle your business straight. You hear what I'm telling all you? Get the problem solved. All right, I got a question for you guys. That question just came in from someone on the WhatsApp. Here's the question. If a child is filing for a parent, they don't have and they don't have the same address, would that be a problem? Apparently, okay, let me take it again. A child, for some reason, is filing for a parent that they don't have the same address. Will they have problems? It's kind of I see why you raise your brow a bit.
Yeah, because I think the person might be thinking about all the advice, Junior, that we have given regards to marriage, right? You've heard us say when you're getting married, make sure you establish the marital home. I think that's where this question is coming from. The service does not require that a child reside with a parent in order to petition for them. I'll use my case, for example, right? When I petitioned for my dad, I was living in the state of Michigan. My dad was going to move to the state of New York, for example, to go live with mom, right? Go live in New York. My dad at the time was living in Jamaica, so we don't have to have the same address. Of course, you can explain to the service what's going on, but I think the caller or the person who's asking, Junior, is probably thinking about all those times we talked about. Make sure you establish that marital home. I think that's what, right, Miriam? I think that's what they're thinking about.
Yeah, I 100% agree. You don't have to live with your parent. Like Diani was explaining, her parent was in another country. You don't have to live with your parents to petition for them. You know, if it's marriage, and of course they want to see you living with your spouse. And, you know, in some situations you may not be living with your spouse, and that's something you have to talk to a lawyer about.
Okay. All right. The person went on to explain, but I think you guys got it right there onto that particular question. Again, guys, we're taking your questions live right here. You could post your question in the chat, or you could call us 718-701-5720. And let me tell you something. This is that way you want to sit back and wait and all of that stuff, because today's program we cutting it 10 minutes short, so we're going straight into the damn thing. So call in right now. You got your question. Yeah, 15 minutes. Sorry, 15 minutes. All right. So call in right now with your question on anything immigration. Here's a question as it relates to deportation. Right. We've seen a lot of deportation during the Trump era. We've seen a lot in the Obama administration as well. Right. So far, when you look at deportation, is Biden going along with the model of Trump by deporting a lot of immigrants to the Caribbean? What does Biden model of deportation looking like, guys?
So there haven't been huge changes in the area of deportation, right? What I have seen, when the president first came into the office, there was this moratorium on a 100-day stay on removal from removing people from the United States. I know that went back and forth in the court system. I know also under the proposed bill, there is some language about those people that were deported under the Trump administration. They might have some recourse depending on how they were removed from the United States. I haven't seen, Junior, any huge changes yet. What I am looking for, and I'll see what Attorney Lacroix talks about, is giving some of those discretion back to the court, right? What we know under the Trump administration, a lot of power was taken away from immigration judges. For example, we were able to ask for administrative closures, right? We were not able to do that to pursue alternative relief in removal cases. So I am looking for some of those discretionary powers to be given back to our immigration judges. I haven't seen any great changes yet under the Biden administration. I know there was the 100-day moratorium on removal, and I think that went back and forth. I think that might have sunset. I don't know. I'll turn to Attorney Lacroix on that, but I don't think I've seen any big changes. I think we're still litigating. The courts are still backlogged. You're still waiting 2.5, 3 years to get your case heard. And in the same breath, though, Junior, and I want to be fair, I mean, it's going to take some time. It's definitely going to take some time.
Any addition to that, Attorney Lacroix?
No, I completely agree. And I believe that people are still being deported at the same rates. President Biden did make an attempt for the moratorium, but like you said, that moratorium was blocked. And basically the 100-day moratorium was supposed to stop deportations for 100 days, starting at the time, the day of the moratorium, but that was blocked immediately. And so people are still, being deported from their homes and also from the border.
Right. We got a question on there from Elisa asking for a friend. She said, what if your interview was a year ago or so and you never got a response from immigration? You even checked online, the damn thing, and even update the receipt number. You checked that, it didn't update. And you called immigration and you can't even get through to them. What is going on?
Man.
Counselor?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So this happens a lot.
Outside of telling her to get a lawyer, you can definitely.
Exactly. That was going to be one of my suggestions. This happens a lot. And I think sometimes your file is sitting on someone's desk, right? I think my question for you, and you don't have to answer it, but if for example, you had your interview and the officer may have asked, do you want me to look further? Like if the officer thought your marriage was fraudulent and the officer asked, should I look further into this or do you want me to deny it? If you told the officer, I want you to look further into it, and that it's going to sit somewhere forever, right? And sometimes it's just best for them to deny it and you just reapply. But what you can do in situations where it's pending forever is if you've already, I know you said you've called USCIS, but one thing that you can do is put in a request for them to review the amount of time that it's taking. You want to check the website to make sure that it's outside of processing time. A year is outside of processing time, I believe. You want to make a request for them to review that. If you get the request back and they're like, look, we're still reviewing it, you can go a step further, and there is the Ombudsman's Office for USCIS, and you can make a complaint with them. And then further steps are to just sue USCIS, and that's a situation where you want to have a lawyer to help you do that.
Yeah. Fonda, any addition?
No, I echo
We
what.
can't hear you too good. We can't hear you too good for some reason.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, better. Go ahead.
Okay, I would echo. I'm using AirPods now, Junior, and I detest them. I feel like something is crawling in my ears, so that's why I keep.
It's like air thongs. It's like air thongs. That's what I.
Yes. Yes. So every time I get a chance to take it out, this is my third pair in a year.
Yeah, they get lost.
I take them out and put them. Yeah, I put them everywhere. So this is the third one. So I'm hoping this one lasts. Well, I agree with what Attorney Lacroix says. Right? You've had a case file. It has been with the service for a year. That's not time to sit around, because the last thing you want them to do is to send you some kind of denial or you miss a notice. And here's my tip on calling immigration. Number one, call at 7:55 a.m. in the morning, right? That's
Why 7:55?
That's when the phone lines are opening up.
Oh.
It's like they open at 8 a.m. Eastern. So everybody, you're literally sitting there. It's like buying the lottery ticket. You get to the store early, you're at the front of the line. If you wait till 12 o'clock, it's like the line now is backed up, and you will get through. But sometimes that wait, I don't know, Miriam, if you called an hour, 45 minutes, and you're just here. I know that song by heart. I know that song, the holding song. So I would recommend to Alyssa, one, you can call immigration, or you can get an attorney involved who's going to send that make a decision letter. Like, right, come on, you have to do something with my case. I think a year after an interview is way too long. Your life might change. I've had clients who fall out of love in a year, and you get a letter from the service saying, come back in, or things of that sort. So I think a year is too long. And again, you can always sue the federal government. You can definitely, it's the federal courts don't like it, right? I've been involved in, because the courts, it's like the courts want the children to settle their disputes. So when you take an immigration case to federal court, the judges are like, you're telling me you guys could not resolve this, right? But that is an option.
Okay, all right. Let's go right into another question right here. It's kind of. I'm trying to see if you guys could get the full question. They say, why are they looking at your sibling records and denying you a visa? So I guess kind of like you are going to apply, and they're looking at your siblings and decide if they're giving you a visa or not. Piece it together for me.
Why are they looking at your sibling record and denying you a visa? So I don't have the case specifics. So I'm just going to assume if they're looking for visa abuse, maybe looking for facts. Did your facts line up with your sibling's record? I am piecemealing this one, Junior, because I don't have the case specifics. I would turn to Miriam.
If you want, they could call us in live at this number right here, 718-701-5720. Because, guys, I'm telling all you have about 30 minutes left to call in and ask your questions as it really 15, 20 minutes left, actually, to call and ask your question as it relates to immigration. Don't say, hey, I'm going to call tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You have a question, call in right now. Or you could post it in, and you could do the proverbial asking for a friend, and that's fine. That could work as well. I'm asking for a friend. I got
Junior,
it.
you bad. You're bad.
I understand. I understand. I don't judge. I don't judge. Yeah, so you could do that right now. Or you could call in. Miriam, any understanding or as to are they looking at your spouse? Okay, let's put it like this: are they looking at your spouse record to accept or deny your visa?
Well, your spouse, yes. I think they would. If, for example, if you are on a fiance visa, for example, and your spouse has petitioned for many fiancés before you, that could be an issue. So yeah, absolutely. The sibling thing, I'm not sure, but the spouse situation, they definitely take a look into your spouse's life when it comes to approving or denying a visa.
Okay.
I agree. The sibling part, the only thing I can come up with is potential visa abuse, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. Yeah, I don't know how to answer on that
Right.
one. You know?
No problem. No problem. Let's talk about what's happening at the borders, guys. Because we've seen this. Some people saying that it's a crisis. The Biden administration refused to call it a crisis. You have a lot of kids still at the border. How is that being resolved? Do you think how do you think that this will be resolved one day? What's happening?
You asking me? This is
Yeah,
way
you
above
Ernie.
my
I
pay
am
grade.
just a TV host.
This is way above my pay grade, Junior. So this is what we know. This is what we know, and I'll have Miriam chime in. I know since January, I think over 13,500 children have made their way towards the land border with Texas, right? The U.S. Mexico border, excuse me. And Junior, you're asking, what are we going to do with these children? We're going to open up shelters. We're opening up the Dallas Convention Center where we're going to house 3,000 boys. It's not a prison. They don't want to call it a prison, but it is a prison, right? They're going to be security officers there. What's happening, Junior, is that a lot of these children are being sent by their parents. So even though we're terming them unaccompanied minors, right? But they're not really unaccompanied. It's not like you send your child and you don't know where your child is. You literally know in your community. I live in Guatemala, I live in Honduras, and I don't want my child to be killed. There's so much unrest going on that these parents are making the ultimate sacrifice. They're like, go on up the road, you have an auntie in New Jersey. Go on up the road, you have an uncle in New York. When you got a bother, tell the police, don't pass the border, look for the police officers, tell them, say I have your uncle in New York, call your uncle and your uncle will pick you up or they will send you to your uncle, right? So that's what's happening where these children are being sent, in some cases trafficked, right? Coyotes, whatever, they're being sent to the border. And in large part, because remember, Trump was very strict on waiting in Mexico and he was very strict about who can come in. The Biden administration is kind of lifting some of those strict measures. So people want to take advantage because they think if they come in, they can prove they were here and everything will work out well for them and their family. So that's what we're seeing going on at the border. A lot of children, we are not equipped to house these children, right? These children are being kept in cages, right? And they call them ice boxes because it gets super cold in them, right? They're kept along the Rio Grande. We know they're looking at the Dallas Convention Center as an option. I know out in Texas, they're using an old Walmart to house these children. And I do a show on Wednesdays where we talk about this. So it's an extensive topic. Some of the children are as young as 6.
Yeah.
They're young as 6. And they're not keeping siblings together, right? They're separating them. So there's not even any like family detention anymore. So even if they capture a family, Junior, they're not keeping the families together. Kids over there, so parents,
That is a sad reality.
It's a mess.
That is a sad reality there, what's happening with those kids. We got another quick question from James Alexander. And James keeps saying, Junior, ask my question. Don't miss my question. I'm going to ask you a question now, James. He said, I passed my 1:30 interview. My I-485 interview is next week. Would I be okay? 130, I-45.
I'll have
Help me out
Miriam
here,
answer
guys.
that because I don't know if it's going to be okay.
So an I-130 is the petition. So apparently this person filed, James, you filed your I-130, your petition separately from your I-45, your green card application. And so if you pass the petition stage, right, that's the stage where you prove that the relationship that was the basis of your green card is legitimate. It doesn't have any bearing on the green card part, right? Because you can have a petition approved and not get your green card.
Right.
And so whether or not you'll be okay depends on your situation. And so, you know, I don't know your particular circumstance. If you have an attorney and if you submitted things that are necessary and you're eligible for the I-485, then it should be okay. But I don't know your personal situation to know if it will be okay.
I
Right.
agree.
Okay.
Because the standard for both, it depends, James. I don't know if you're the citizen or if you're the beneficiary. And the standards for the I-130, for the, you know, they're looking at the bona fide relationship. The 485, they're looking at admissibility. Are you admissible to the United States? So I agree with Attorney Lacroix. It all comes down to your situation, right? So will you be okay? I do wish you all the best.
Absolutely.
All right. 718-701-5720, guys. We have about 15 minutes left of this shortened program, abbreviated program today, but we want to take as much questions as we can within this short abbreviated time. You could call in the number 718-701-5720, or you could post it right there on the screen. Here's a question for Mavis. Will a green card holder who has a misdemeanor with the law be able to file for the citizenship to get out of deportation without being deported? Without being deported.
I think it depends on what your misdemeanor is and how long ago it was. For the naturalization or citizenship process, they normally look at the last 5 years. They can look further if they want to, depending on how bad your criminal history is. But they normally look at the last 5 years. And so there may be some, you know, convictions that won't prevent you from becoming a citizen, but there are some that may. And so I think the best advice that I could give is for you to at least consult with an immigration attorney so that they would, you know what you've been convicted under and what state, and, you know, do the research to figure out whether or not it's safe for you to naturalize at this time.
I agree. I think a lot of people, Junior, when they think about naturalization and crimes, they automatically think, is it going to get me deported? I think they should also think about good moral character. The statutory period for naturalization is 5 years, right? But what we do know is that the officer can go outside of that 5 years. So it's not just enough to say, look, I have a misdemeanor, can I be deported? Anytime somebody asks me a question about crimes and immigration, I literally put up a stop sign and I say, go talk to a lawyer. Because for one, we have to lift the hood of that conviction. Because in your world, it might be a misdemeanor. But what you failed to mention, it might be a misdemeanor with possession of 33 grams of marijuana. That's a whole different conversation. Yeah. Right. So those are things that we have to be careful of. So if you have any kind of criminal record, you need to consult with an immigration law attorney.
We got a caller on the line. Caller, go right ahead.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, we hear you fine. Go right ahead.
Okay, I need to find out if somebody did an interview last year at Barbados,
right?
And that would have been a year ago. But due to COVID and because of the former president would have issued he stopped the process. Forget the exact word.
Right.
But right now, up to now, nothing has been said after that. Can you give me an update as to the new process?
Yeah. All right. You gotta respond,
Miriam,
answer.
you got it? You want me to go ahead?
I'm not sure I understand the question completely. I don't know if she wants to restate it.
Oh, it
Okay,
sounds
can
like
I
she said,
rephrase? Can I
go ahead.
rephrase?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go
Rephrase
ahead,
it. Go ahead.
caller.
Okay, the person had an interview last year.
Uh-huh.
They came back to their original country,
Right.
and after that, the president would have put a stop on all immigration coming in on the green card.
Right.
Yes.
Right, they put a stop. Right, they had said up until December, then they said up until end of March. Is there
Mhm.
any update now as to the new immigration law?
Okay. So you're talking about the ban that was placed back in March by the Trump administration to stop legal immigration into the United States for people who are not children or spouses of
Yes.
U.S. citizens. That has been lifted. So that block is no longer there. And I've actually had clients in that situation whose interviews have been scheduled. But the person that you're talking about had their interview here in the United States or abroad in their home country?
No. They had it in Barbados.
Okay, and it was canceled?
No. They did the interview. And everything. Everything was done.
Okay. I don't know if you want to add something, but
I can answer.
Okay.
I
Okay,
think
go ahead, Fonda.
she's probably I take it this individuals from a country without a U.S. consulate, so they go to Barbados to be. What country are they in, caller?
And they are the person is in Grenada.
Okay, so what happens is because of the ban, the ban has been lifted, but remember, we had the pandemic and then we have the consular posts being backed up. I can tell you, like Miriam, I'm getting emails from NVC saying they're ready to start processing. I have some people that have been rescheduled. Now might be a good time. I don't know if you're using an attorney, but just touch base with the U.S. consulate to, like, hey, I'm still out here. But they have begun to kind of open up the gates a little bit. Hopefully you should be hearing or seeing something soon. But I have been getting emails that case files are ready either by NVC to be sent, or some people are being rescheduled. Slowly though, it's like a drip, real slow.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. We appreciate you. Stay safe.
Thank you for
Grenada.
calling in.
All right, we got a question on screen by Chopper John West. He's saying, how long can a green card holder stay out of the country? Funde?
Oh, it depends. I guess I sat here so much. I'm like, me.
Yeah.
So how long can a green card holder stay out of the country? It all depends, right? Lawyers, we always say it depends. Number one, 6 months, so you don't break continuous residency for naturalization. So if you are a green card holder, 6 months, right? That way you don't break the continuous presence requirement if you would like to naturalize. A year, 12 months, so you don't come off as abandoning your green card. 2 years if you have filed for a permission to re-enter. So it all depends on your situation, or if there's some reasons for you to be outside of the country for longer. I always highly recommend that you go ahead and apply for that permission to re-enter.
Okay. All right. Let me get this one from Kizia Tanis. That might be the last question for today because we have an abbreviated program. The question is, can someone who been on a J1 visa 2 or more times, paid taxes as everyone else, and haven't committed a crime, can they file for a green card in any way, shape, or form?
Miriam, you want to take that, or I can chime in, but go ahead.
Sure. I lost the question. It's not up there, but I guess the person had.
I'll put it up.
Okay. J1 visa.
2 or more times, paid taxes.
and now they want to file for a green card. So if you are in the United States, you want to make sure that for your J1, you don't have a residency requirement. If you do, you'll have a 2-year residency requirement in your home country before you can adjust status here, unless you get some sort of waiver of that. If you don't, then you should be able to file for your green card depending on how you're filing, like what the basis is. So, you know, as Yanni mentioned earlier, it depends on your specific situation, but it is possible. It just depends on your situation.
Okay.
And you can always file, but if you have, I do a lot of those waivers. For some reason, with the Caribbean countries, they slap that 2-year. I have very few European clients with the 2-year home residency requirement. I notice all the time, it's like they want you. The Philippines too, they're big on that with the home residency requirements. But
right.
Yeah, it all depends, caller.
It all depends. All right, let's see if we can sneak one more in really quick. How do one register a child born outside of the U.S. to a U.S. citizen who was stuck? Okay, that's still here. How do one go about registering a child born outside the U.S. to a U.S. citizen who has been stuck outside because of the virus?
I say for consular report of birth abroad, you call a lawyer. You're essentially saying, look, I'm a U.S. citizen. I have a child who was born overseas. Ray J, this is one area that I would advise that you consult with an attorney.
Okay. All right. So listen, guys, listen. As I said, we have an abbreviated program here today. And but we still got a lot done. We still got a lot of questions.
We did.
However, if you have additional questions and you want to make a consultation, we urge you to call the attorneys, and they will give you extensive time in taking care of your issue. Attorney Lacroix, you want to give your information so that people could contact you for consultation?
Sure. You can call, text, WhatsApp, 914-368-3550.
All right. And of course,
with me, if you would like to get a hold of me, please contact me. You can schedule your own booking. Super easy at www.winterimmigration.com. Winterimmigration.com, or you can do the old-fashioned call-in 813-815-3529.
That's right, 813-815-3529. We got it. Guys, thank you so much. So
I just got a notification that the Dream and Promise Act passed the House. Did you see that already?
It's on my list to talk about today, but I don't think we got to it. Yeah. We got to talk about it was on my list.
No.
Oh, and we didn't get a chance to talk about VAWA, but they give us more opportunity to talk about something next week.
That's really good news. The Dream and Promise Act passed. So that's what, about $2.5 million. So now it has to go to the Senate.
Yep.
And that's
halfway there.
That's the piecemealing of the immigration bill. So 2.5 million Dreamers, 4.4, I think, million others that would be eligible for a pathway to citizenship. Some immediately, 2.5 like immediately.
Yeah.
Diana, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a short video and put that out there.
And talk about it.
About it. All right. Give you the information, guys. Thank you so much. Contact your attorney, your favorite attorney, female attorney.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
Doing great work. Thank you, guys.
That's such good
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. See you back next week.
We see you guys next week. All right, guys. Yeah, guys. So you see, short and sweet. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Don't forget you can call Attorney Deanna Winterfunde, 813-815-3529. That's her number. And of course, Lacroix. Number is right there, 914-368-3500. There you go. As always, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And don't forget, Ridelaong is a platform where everyone have a story to tell. right? Everyone have a story to tell. If you have a story to tell, we encourage you to inbox us, WhatsApp us, and get the story out there. Let me give you guys a little insight about a story that someone called me about yesterday, right? It's on the page. So what happened was, this lady, she is virtually living by herself, right? And then there's this one person, a neighbor, and the lady is a farmer. You know, she goes, she sells she little stuff in the market, makes she little money, and chalala, makes she little thing, right? So she have a little backyard where she, you know, she have corn and she have all this stuff. The lady is taking care of herself, right? Some guy in her neighborhood who is being a disgruntled neighbor, the man let go his pig. He let go all his pigs to ransack the woman place, eat up all the woman corn, mash up all the woman garden, right? With no regards. So she came on and she shared her story about it. She was very, very upset about it. I would be too. Look, I was planting some corn and little thing, tomato and stuff like that in my backyard during the summertime, Jed. And they was like my babies, man. Every day I would go and I would water them and I see how they're growing. I became very passionate to my backyard. You know what I mean? And to know that you spend so much time, right, to water your plants and all this stuff, and somebody just let go and set a pig to just eat up all your stuff. Anybody will get upset. She appealed to the police. They ain't doing nothing. She appealed again. They dragging their foot. They drag their foot. They drag their foot. They say they ain't have vehicle to come and check all kind of bogus crap from the police. Not taking the woman situation seriously. Whereas that is her livelihood, right? Petty larceny and doing nothing about the situation. Anyway, she shared a story. She shared a story yesterday, last night, and we posted it this morning. And I would like to say, she called me back just today. If I could pull it up. She called me back today and she was happy. Because sometimes they say that when you want results, you have to take it to the media, you know. Because some people just sitting there and they're not doing their damn jobs until you wake them up. So I guess somebody in authority saw the video and they knock and they say, what the hell you guys doing? Get up off your butt and get some work done. They're just sitting there and getting paid. No regards. So let me see if I can pull it up on this thing right here on my device. Long story short, ladies and gentlemen. That's the listen to this. So she called me, left that message here earlier today. Listen to it.
Yes, Junior, it's me again. I'm so happy that the police came to assist me. So they came, they take a thing of the damage, and everything was done. So they say they'll get back to me. They look at the pigs and them, and they didn't see the mother and the young ones, but they saw other one tying outside it. So they said they would have to charge the man even for animal cruelty too. And they will get a appraiser from the Ministry of Agriculture to send back to me. So then I'll work with them from the. Thanks again. I can't done. Thank you. Thanks again.
Damn right. So you see? Results. That's what we're talking about. Get some results. Can't just let your pig to eat up all the people and them garden and eat up all the woman corn and all this kind of stuff on them there. Yeah? Damn right. So they finally decide to move. Telling all your dread. All you need to get up and get something done. And until it gets highlighted sometimes, that is the only time. All you does get up and try to do what all your jobs. So we urge you guys, share your story. Speak out, all right? Don't just sit there. Speak out and share your story. Results! Hey, Lynn, don't get me started about my bag in Africa. Eh? Don't get me started about my bag all the way in Africa. I was very emotional yesterday when I did that video. I was very, very upset. I'm still very upset, but you're trying to get me. I don't want to get upset again. I don't want to go down that route again, guys. All right, all you upsetting me again because I was very, very emotional yesterday after I did that video. My bag all the way in Africa. All right. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow, I'm gonna let you guys if we're doing ride trivia tomorrow because your boy got a nice little hot date tomorrow, right? I got a little hot date tomorrow. So if all you don't see me on ride trivia, know that I'll be enjoying myself. Okay. Yeah, I got a little hot date. Oh gosh, let your boy have some fun now. And for the people in Aruba, right? I will be in Aruba next week. I'm going to Aruba. Take a little sea bath, come back out. Just for a couple of days. So I want to see you guys in Aruba. All the fans, all the supporters in Aruba. Yes, coming to all you. We'll vibe next week, Thursday. So we're going to be coming live from Aruba on Thursday. All right. Okay. Good night. Have a good night. Bye, guys. Don't forget, Ridelaong Live is brought to you with the kind compliments of ridersong.com. Right on the screen there, ridersong.com. Headphones, quality headphones. Quality headphones. Check out right now and order online at ridersong.com.
Your name is Amos Champion. Your name is Amos Champion. Yo, I'm ready to roll.
Come on, this is your opportunity to tap into the $7.3 trillion industry in this COVID time. Get interactive, hands-on in the Forex and crypto market. Educate yourself in this financial industry. All of this is possible right now with a multi-source income generator. This program will allow you to learn while you earn in this lucrative decentralized industry. Take advantage of this trading academy, personal development, create multi-source stream income, trading ideas in this global market, get discount travel with your own portal, bonus token backed by bitcoins, and so much more. For more information, contact Kristen Alexis at 347-834-2852 or Marisha Dash at 646-529-6570. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity of a lifetime. Call now. What you do makes a difference, and you get to decide what difference you make.
In 2020, I was nominated for the Carlino Award, which is the award for advocacy. It just ballooned from there. I decided to become an ambassador for my area. And my goal with that relationship was to build a relationship with my local politicians here and the ones that represent in Washington, to let them know what was happening with Alzheimer's, give them information, let them know that we need their support and so forth. It just opened a whole new world of people to network with and people who felt as passionate as I did about this cause, and I still do to this day.
All Pro Health Staffing, www.allprony.com.
Feeling hungry, grab a snack. Caribbean food delight. Jamaican patties, slide and flaky. Caribbean food delight. Taste the difference. Caribbean food delight. Grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean food delight. Quick and easy, grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean food delight.
Oh yeah.